Hello everyone, we are live. Welcome to this session. I hope you're doing well today, and today is going to be a great episode. I'm super happy to be moving on with this painting. So you've probably already seen this painting. I actually already had a stream while I was doing kind of the early layers in this painting, and see it has evolved a lot, in terms of color, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Pretty exciting. So let me say hello to everyone, and yeah, we're going to have a good time. So how is everybody doing? Alright, so hello Rita, Firelord, Manic Angel, Shadow Star, David Bell, Jacques, Belit, Rhea, Adnan. Hello everyone. I see some regulars and some new names that I didn't notice before. So, all right. So let's just talk about the project of this painting. Just I need to untangle my mic. So sorry. Sorry for the annoying sound. My mic apparently has decided to... Okay. Sorry, I know it's annoying for you. I'm sorry guys. This is live, you know? This is live. Okay, so yeah, basically the project of this painting is just to create a lot of effects and play on this opposition. If you want to go back to the previous session, you might notice that all the underpainting, like all the imprimatura that I did, was in this color here. So you can still see some of this here untouched. If I want to zoom in and show you. So here there's like this mirror. So it's a sort of a concave mirror. I don't know, you'll have to tell me. So this was all this color, so this kind of blue turquoise. And I wanted to complement it with some very strong red. So at first I had this this idea of the dress, and then from the dress came the idea of the flowers, and then from the flowers it was too much red. So basically I wanted to do this blue here, and this red are complementary. So it always works pretty well. It's a nice match. Like, you can never go wrong with complementary pairs. That's one thing. But I want to bring a bit of variety. So I've added like these yellow touches, like sort of fireflies, or I don't know, like sort of ashes, or not ashes, cinders, I don't know, something, whatever. Who cares, right? This painting, I think, it's pretty rare that I know the title before it's finished, but this one is kind of well, you'll see. Well, obviously this should be the title. I think it's going to be titled "You Don't Look at Me Anymore." See, and this character here, there's a kind of a character in the mirror. So yeah. Well, so what do I need to do today? Push the orange, bring more glow right here. So glaze essentially around the skin tones. Then hair needs to be done again. Work again on the shadows on the face. What else? Yeah. Pull back some of these tiny dots and specks of lights of the sequin dress to pull it back. Well, and create tons of effects. Like there's going to be some like flashing effects. This is going to be even more than that. And why the orange? Because it's just there to sort of bring like a little bit of tension, because this red and this blue are just so like complementary that they almost go too well together basically. And I want to bring some kind of tension with this sort of analog. This color is analog to this one. Analog means when you have two colors like close to each other. Let's say if you take the color wheel, like right here, like on the side, on this side actually, the red and the yellow are considered analog colors, whereas if they are opposite on the wheel, they are considered complementary. And yeah, so that's the idea basically. So that's what I'm going to do. Well, let's actually stay on this palette view and talk about the pigments that I'm using. So as you've seen, I've upgraded the list here. You'll see most of the pigments that I use most of the time. And it's actually not the pigments that I use right now. I should have probably updated this, but well, who cares? It's like my go-to pigments, just because I know that some people like to have this kind of list here. It's kind of handy. But actually I'm using one of these. Is a color that I don't have on this list, and this bad boy here, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is it's Orange Lake, or Chinese orange, I think. So the thing about this one, it's supposed to be transparent, which is going to allow me to create some transparent, like it should allow me to create some transparent glazes with this very bright orange. Otherwise, the closest to an orange glaze would be to use this one. It's actually it's Burnt Sienna by Winsor & Newton. It's actually fully transparent. It's just don't care about the name. It's transparent red iron oxide, transparent red oxide, and it works great for glazes. Like, look, if you take this. So yeah, glazes are going to be quite essential for the kind of effects that I want to create. I'm going to show you the difference between the two glazes. So just a tiny drop of oil, just to show you. So this is going to create something kind of milky and more like a lot stronger in the yellow range. I want to complement it with a touch of quinacridone to create something a little bit more pinkish, pull it towards red. And this one is a lot less chromatic, but it's still kind of still a very interesting orange to glaze with. A glaze can be done with any type of transparent pigment. It's just the quality, the undertone of the pigments that are going to create the difference. And to pull it, like to create the sort of the flame effect, what I'll do is I glaze with that, and then I bring it a touch of this yellow and scumble it, maybe with a touch of white as well. So that's the idea of my mixing moving forward. So, all right. Okay. Here we go. Nice. Okay. All right. So let's start, I think. Okay. Patty, thank you for your message. I dearly love that you begin with an idea for a painting and the canvas constantly changes throughout your process, and most times not to what your original thought was. It's even better. Thank you. I'm glad you find that it's better. Most of the time it doesn't actually get better. I don't know. It's a risky strategy, but yeah, that's how I operate. It's yeah, that's, what can I say? But I do my best to sort of try to let the painting tell me what it wants to become. Sounds silly, I know. I do occasionally, okay, I'll admit, I do occasionally communicate with my paintings. I do occasionally ask my subjects, what do you want? What kind of color would look great on you? What's your favorite color? I know, maybe it's my sanity level becoming dangerously low, which could be a thing, or maybe this is just my way of saying that a work of art is always a sort of a thing in motion. It has a life of its own. It has its infancy. It's not meant to be static. And if you expect to ever have the ultimate idea of what the final outcome of your piece is going to be, well, you're dangerously kidding yourself, my friend, because that's, well, at least maybe you do, but that's you're kind of an alien to me. It's like you're from another planet if you can do that, because I seriously can't. And because I need to see first before I can make up my mind. And sometimes I'll think, oh yeah, this would look great with green, and I'll paint a green dress, take like, I don't know, 2 days to create a green dress, and then realize, oh no, F that, doesn't work, don't want this, let's start over. And yeah, finding the courage to start over is the greatest challenge of all, so that's the struggle. Hello Felicia, hello Jasmine. I like how you painted the sequins, the second sequins, I don't know how it's called. Yeah, I like this. My wife also loves it, and now she's requesting that I offer her a dress like that. I don't know how I'm gonna find it, because I've painted it. It's not actually an actual model or anything. I don't think this would even actually work. So I don't know. But yeah, so I have to find an actual sequin dress for my wife. I'm good. I mean, yeah. This is where painting imaginary things lead you. So yeah, the dress is mostly something that I obviously took models of. Like, I went on websites where they sold dresses. I just changed the design and just took the texture. And okay, so yeah, we're gonna refresh my palette because it's been a while. It's been open for a while, and it's starting to become tacky. So I'm just going to mix it around, and I'll be starting. I think I'm going to be starting with so one thing that I need to really work on is this like transition edges between the background, and I need to add more of these. Like, if you look at this here, this is where the money is. It's like here, this type of subtle light, but very chromatic, and you wouldn't believe how dull it looks without it, but with it, it's like immediately it feels like incredible in terms of variety. It's not how much color you add, it's also where do you put it, how do you play with the subject, and how do you think about how the subject is going to interact with the color. Like the subject, the model itself can play with the colors. That's what I like to do, at least. I like to create colors that irradiate from actual lights. That's the thing. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go for that today. So let me go in like that. And then, okay, let me grab. Yeah, exactly, Stefan. You rephrased it so well. The main thing I've learned from Florent is that painting is a process, not just executing a pre-planned image. Start with the idea and let the painting take over and tell you where to go with it. That's beautifully rephrased. I think I thought about that, but I couldn't have said it better. So, thanks. I'm probably going to quote this. Okay, bad news, I didn't clean up my brushes before I took a small break and to pick up my son at school. So some brushes. No, okay, it's fine. It's not too dry yet. But you know, sometimes, yeah, 2 hours, 3 hours out in the open like that, with some relatively fast drying paint in the bristles, and can get nasty. But my brushes doesn't feel too sticky, so whew, catastrophe avoided. So I'm gonna just clean up some of the brushes that I did. Normally this is what I do when I leave the studio for a couple of hours. Just a quick cleanup. Okay, so okay. So how is everyone going? How is everyone doing? I hope you're well. Tell me about what's happening September 25th where you are. Where are you all from, actually? I know that I have a lot of people from south of the US. Where are you all from? It's funny, it could be nice to have like a little tour, a little roundabout of places in the world. So let's okay, start painting, Flo. Stop talking. You're way too talkative. Merci, Enrique. Salt Lake City. Well, Salt Lake City is where is Utah, isn't it? Maryland, USA, Germany, Colorado, Bretagne, Jérôme. Bonjour à la Bretagne. Rural New Zealand. So where Frodo lives. Basically. Wow, New Zealand? What time is it in New Zealand? Isn't it insanely late or early, depending on... I'm confused. But I know, I have sometimes people from Oceania that watch my streams. I guess if your job forces you to wake up super early, this could be your kind of your morning show. Your bi-weekly painting morning show. Okay. Oh yeah, this isn't fresh. I'm gonna just give this a touch of medium. Je vis à Paris. Depuis plusieurs années, j'ai constaté que la peinture à l'huile est une technique qui n'est presque plus enseignée. Du moins, elle est focalisée sur à la prima. Ouais, ça va revenir petit à petit, je pense. Mais bah, ça s'est beaucoup perdu dans les académies. Ça a été très décrié. C'était considéré comme has-been. Ça s'est perdu. Lisbon. Hello to Portugal. So many different places. Yeah, it's wonderful. Norway, Pittsburgh, Indiana, USA, California. Beautiful out here. Isn't it always beautiful? Like, sometimes too hot, I guess, but most of the time it's... Is there even like winter in California, or mild, I guess? Here is it's beautiful as well. It's like kind of late summer, I don't know. We still have like summer-like weather, even though it's not supposed to, but I miss your Loomis stream. When will the next time? Well, when will be the next time you do it? The Loomis, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do another one. Not necessarily a stream. I think I had the project of turning it into a sort of a YouTube tutorial at some point, but I'm not sure. So right now you'll not see a lot happening here. What you'll see is just me softening the edge. And it doesn't look like much. And I know. Streaming, live streams of paintings are the most boring. You'll not see much, because not much is happening. Even me, I don't find like that it's fascinating, but you wouldn't believe how important just the transition between the subject and the background is. So not important, but I need to soften this to give this impression of like turning the form. I need to soften this. I need to envelop this in with the background. So basically I just let the background and the skin color just slightly overlap and blend very, very softly. It's the small details in a painting that make the difference. Yeah, technically a painting is just a bunch of small details put together. And I know I always say don't focus too much on details, well, I say it when for the beginning mostly. There is a time and a place to focus on the details, and it's not even like details. It's more like, even if I was not focusing on details, I would still focus on making this blur, because this is something that you can do directly when you do the background and the model at the same time. You can just do that wet on wet. It doesn't have to be a detail in the end. You can do it immediately. It's just that here in this case, I changed the background after the skin was, the skin color was already there, and then I changed the background, I darkened it. So I ended up with something like too sharp, that looks like a sort of a cardboard cutout, you know. Now I need to resoften it. Travaillez-vous avec une galerie à Paris? Oui, avec la galerie de l'Europe, mais alors en ce moment je suis pas exposé. Je serai normalement en mars de l'année prochaine. Florent, would you like to teach to a crusty old hermit? What, is this a joke that I'm not getting, Jasmine? Okay, now let's work on the dress again. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to push the texture back here. So this dress, it's reflective. So these are basically tiny mirrors And so basically the light coming from the back is a neutral light, kind of this window light that you can see here. So here you would have some like neutral reflections, like kind of white, dominance white, but tainted red because the sequin is red. So basically it's a red mirror reflecting some white light. On this side it's a red mirror reflecting some orange light. So I'm going to just create a glow effect, and I'm not going to be too descriptive because it's part of the shadow side. I don't want to be too descriptive in the shadow side. What I want to do though is create those like glowing effects all around, but I want to keep it dynamic. I want to keep a motion, like also that the glow, they should sort of follow a sort of a line, a curve. But since they are glowing, I have to reflect that. If it's something that's glowing, theoretically there should be light on the subject emanating from these sort of small light sources. And I don't have to be super descriptive with that, because like I can consider that these are like small light sources, not bright enough to lighten the whole scene orange. They will just pick up the color here and there to create this very interesting and intriguing play on warm and cool. So here I'm going to just suggest a tiny red orange light like this, and actually here no, I'm not sure about this part, but I don't know. I'll give it time. I'll give it time and I'll come back later. Yeah, sometimes that's the best option. Okay. So let's see. I do have some glow here. So I have some glow here, and there has to be some reflected lights, not reflected light, actual lights here. It doesn't have to be super descriptive, it just has to be a trace of the color. And vanishing. And how you bring it more to life. See how it's kind of dull right now? Bring it to life, but slowly, like little by little. You don't want to overdo it. It has to be discreet. This trick is just insanely effective at just highlighting the contour. Like a lot of photographers actually use this. It's like just rim light. It's just called a rim light. Just around the rim of the figure. You want to outline this. And then, since it's wet on dry, you soften it and fade it out. Fade it out, fade it out, fade it out. So that it has like here, bring it to life with lighter, more yellow, like the center of the glow. and then fade it out on the outside, and then boom, and you have like a very nice glow, but subtle, and that's the key. Alright, so here, let's continue. So this is going to glow on this arm right there. So I'm just glazing the cutter ever so slightly. And then blur the edges. This one is a little bit further away, so I'm going to make it less prominent. As Tucker, I do my brush tray with safflower oil, artist quality safflower oil. Alright, 60 viewers, so hello to everyone joining. Remember to leave a like if you want to help me, because we have 60 viewers and only 45 likes. So maybe some of you, I don't know, if you don't like, I'm not like begging for that. It's just that it does support my work, and it's free. And it helps YouTube say, hey, actually, this painter guy might have something of value here. Let's show it to more people, and let's invite more people to have fun on this channel. What do you think? I think it's a great deal. Simple click of a button for you. Oh, there you go. 62 people, 62 likes. That's great. Perfect. I think we can stop there. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Well, this is a very old brush. Look at this bad boy. I wasn't tender with this one. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna show you. Let me just see if see this bad boy. Ooch. Ah. Well, believe it or not, it used to be like that. They are the same brush. It has, doesn't it? But actually, it is still a very good blending brush. Super helpful. It blends, it's so soft. So, moral of the story, keep your old brushes. Don't discard them, because they are always useful. Really, think about this. Like, it's true that you have to renew your stacks of sharp rounds like this pretty often. Don't have the choice. But once they turn bad and once they splane, well, then you can still use them. They still are useful. As long as they have hairs, you can still brush away. And actually, I find them even more useful, which is why I never actually purchase a blending brush per se. I always purchase a brush that I know has the type of softness that I want. I'm never looking for a brush specifically for blending, because I already have everything I need for blending. just reuse my old brushes. Simple as that. I think it's too orange actually. So now I'm gonna kill this area is too orange. So I need to kill it. Kill it with fire. No, kill it with glue actually. So now I messed up, so I'm just going to undo, Control Z, and just remove this. Sometimes you even get a better result by doing this. So the blue is a sort of an opposite. It works, it's like the dark side of the skin tones. They help balance bring balance to the force. Oh, thank you, Enrique. Thank you very much for the €2. Colors are nothing in painting in my sense without a good knowledge on how to paint with lights and shadows. That's right. When you started painting, how long did it take you to feel that the painting was okay? I have painted sometimes, but I still don't feel that my work is good enough. Well, this is still something that I'm struggling with, so don't worry. Welcome to the club, and just enjoy experiencing this sensation for the rest of your life, I guess. Unless you have someone always behind your back just praising you, like what Picasso did with one of his wives, ex-wives, I don't know, wife number, I don't know how many. She was constantly praising him, because otherwise he would like basically just do mental torture on her. He was very abusive, so she kind of was forced to constantly praise him and say how perfect he was and how talented he was. And how, like Picasso even did, he needed someone to be constantly praising him. That's kind of predatory, it's very abusive and predatory. Like a lot of things were very abusive with Picasso. But anyhow, he needed to have someone always saying how amazing his art was. So unless you have someone who genuinely, without being forced, without being forced, constantly praises your work, you're always going to feel unsatisfied with what you do, whatever you do, whatever your level, unless of course it's like conceptual, and well, it's not the same kind of job, I mean. But yeah, for figurative art, it's very hard to be 100% satisfied with whatever it is you are doing, and it's part of the process. So yeah, being unsatisfied with your work is just the most common feeling for an artist. So yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. I have brushes over 15 years old. Way to go. What I do is, even like when they get so worn off that even that is not usable anymore, well, I use them as just sticking to, like mixing sticks, or just to do like, to mix my medium, or to scrape something, or just, I don't know. But I use them. Thank you, Alex. I just wanted to say that I'm amazed by the texture of the clothes on your painting. Thank you very much. Hello from Sweden. Hello, Eva. What brand of brushes do you use? I need more, but want to get ones that will last. That's the key. It's like they can't last, or they can last, but the best qualities of them, they can't last. Like, let's say you want something sharp and pointy, it's not gonna last. And even like the best quality, I mean, that's just a common thing. Like, it's going to wear off eventually. It's just every time you're brushing, actually the canvas is like sandpaper. It's super abrasive. Otherwise, the paint wouldn't adhere. It has to be abrasive. Like, imagine that the paint would be a perfectly slick surface. Like, the paint would just not hold on, and you would just scratch with your finger and just have all the paint, or just like chips of paint, like tearing apart. So the canvas has to be abrasive every time. What does it abrade? It abrades the brush, of course. What else could it be abrading? So, yeah. But yeah, some of them do work better and longer than others, but I'm not sponsored by any brand, so I'm not going to recommend anyone. Actually, I'm working on a project for brushes, but I can't tell you more. But yeah, this is what Manuela was saying about like keeping brushes for 15 years old. Like, it can be done. And the more you have, I mean, the more turnover you can have. And also the less cleanup, like heavy cleanup you do. That's one of the key things as well. I used to buy only natural brushes, but now I have switched for synthetic only. And I don't think I'm coming back. I don't want to. Have you seen a sable, like a weasel, a little Kalinsky weasel? Have you seen this? It's so damn cute. I don't need the hair of this. Well, I can have nylon, or I can have something synthetic. And like, it's so much more affordable that, well, just the price alone is a decent reason to switch. And this tiny snout is just the cutest animal on earth. And if it can be done well, it's not just sentimentalism. I don't care seriously about the weasel one. Just kidding. But if I had no other option, I would just get that. But I live in 2023, and we have some very decent synthetic. The thing is with you can buy the synthetic. You can buy 10 synthetics for the price of one Kalinsky, and you can wear them off because they're so much cheaper. You don't care. Believe me, you don't want to leave your Kalinsky with dry paint in it for overnight, because you come back the next day and it's ruined. So, well, I came to appreciate synthetic, and the only bad thing about that, the synthetic, is you have to try a lot of them before you eventually find the right fit. It's pretty hard to actually, it's like, it depends on your hand, how much you press, what kind of snap you want. Every artist is so unique in what they want, what they need in a brush. I can just be here just suggesting that you get this brush or this brush because it's not necessarily going to fit with you. I can tell you what I you can use for my type of painting. I'm not sure it's going to always be useful. I feel like synth give you a smoother brushstroke, or am I crazy? A good quality Kalinsky gives you an even smoother and more slightly more snappy and much more a good stroke, but you can just compensate and use a synthetic and do basically the same. It's just, like, some of them are very good actually at imitating. Oh yeah, Jasmine says best. I think the best brushes is the one you feel the more easy with, whatever the brand, even whatever the price. Yep, I would say don't. I mean, yeah, it's easy to get in like the most expensive range, but if you're a beginner, get some good quality artist brushes. Don't immediately go for the high end, because you're most likely going to ruin them anyhow. So you're most likely going to be ruining them, so why even pay like 10 times the price? Could you tell us about cleaning brushes both for acrylic and paints? Well, Manic Angel says it best. I agree. I agree with what's said here. That's the beauty of this community. It's like people know so much. I don't even have to do the answers again. And so I wipe off excess first in safflower oil. Then if I need Master's brush cleaner soap, Marseille soap, some dishwasher soap, like no, not dishwasher, like washing, like hand washing soap, liquid soap, or actually laundry detergent can work. Do you make your own canvas? No, I buy it pre-primed, pre-made. I reprime, but it's already prepared basically. But I do stretch it. I use dollar store brushes. Well, to mess around. I mean, I wouldn't mind if you, especially if you're in more chaotic. Like I'm very tidy in my approach compared to a lot of artists. Saying that while I'm touching the paint, I'm very tidy and I'm pretty clean for an oil painter. You know, some people are not like that, and which means that I always have my brushes under control. Like they are always like nicely here in this position like this. Actually, I'm gonna show it to you since you were asking about brushes. Nothing compromising in the background, just checking. See how I have my brushes here. I like it's. I have this brush holder that it's like don't. It's just something very simple. It's just something that I made myself. But it's good. This one I did this morning with my tools, DIY. So I have my paints here, and it holds my brush. It's slightly tilted forward, which is kind of an essential thing, so that it gets less inside of the ferrule, which ends up planing the brush. Like the hairs, when the oil goes down like this, it gets into the ferrule, which is here, and it planes like that. So when you want to avoid that, using gravity to help you in this, and slightly lower the front end of your brush holder. So I'm a pretty tidy artist, so I can keep my brushes clean for a long time, and I can extend the durability significantly because like the cleaner and the least paint and oil gets stuck within the bristles, the longer you can keep them. But I know that not everybody is like that, so why not get dollar store brushes? If you're really a messy painter, if your studio is chaotic and like you use well, this is a pet peeve of mine, you know, leaving your brushes like that. Are you committing this sin? Are you committing a sin of this sort? Because you will be judged. You will be judged if you do this. Because this is sacrilegious. But I know some people like to do that. I don't know why, but yeah. Don't do that if you want to keep your brushes, at least for a little while. Even if there's mineral spirits or water or whatever, it's something you do in primary school, but they should know better. They should know better. Yeah, Master's Brush Cleaner, not sponsored. Not sponsored. Master's Brush Cleaner. I'm open. Just kidding. Master's Brush Cleaner has softened some hog bristles I thought I could never save. Yeah, because there's a kind of a softener in there, and so it's quite good. Okay, you're right with me, Minic Angel. All mine are in jars, but not that way. Yeah, I used to do that as well. This is safe. You're one of the good guys if you do that, so that's safe. Just keep them like that. It's good. I just like to have them horizontally. I find this less chaotic and messy. It's just, but I don't mind though. I love to recycle all my fruit jars. I keep all my jars as well, almost all. How is the price on art supplies where you guys are from? I feel that some of the prices here in Norway are high. I've heard that most of the prices in Norway are high, but here, yeah, well, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but there's this thing called inflation. I think it's, if you're one of the lucky who has escaped this inevitable fate of inflation, just please tell me where I can join your club. Right here, yeah, it's pretty messy. It's pretty horrible as well. So, yeah, prices, I haven't... Actually, I'm so set right now in art supplies that I don't need to order that much. But I know I have tons of supply in advance, which is good for me. But I'm pretty sure that, yeah, like everything, well, it's never been cheap. It's always been an expensive thing to be an artist. Georges, que pensez-vous des matériaux senneliers? C'est pas mal, ça vaut son prix, ça dépend lesquels. Mais non, non, des très bons. Enrique, je n'utilise que du savon de Marseille avec de l'eau tiède. Ouais, c'est ce que je fais aussi, Enrique. Le savon de Marseille est un peu corrosif à cause de la quantité de soude, je n'y risquerai pas. Ah, bon, écoute, c'est ce que j'utilise. En effet, vaut mieux utiliser de la bonne marque. Moi, je lave très rarement. En fait, pour le peu que je lave, j'ai jamais remarqué de problème. Pas de problème de corrosion en tout cas. Thank you, Manic Angel. Oh, come on, Felicia. Making a big mess is part of the plan. Secret master plan. Is there a part of your paintings that you most enjoy? Yeah, usually the beginning, like the sort of the blocking part. And this part right here is something that I also like painting texture and all. You have to finish yours for tomorrow morning? What is it, an assignment? Is glaze just transparent paint? Pretty much. Pretty much. I'm not glazing at the moment, but yeah. So it's not what I'm doing right now. So I'm using some quite transparent. Just because you use transparent paint doesn't mean that it's glazing. However, for a glaze, yeah, you need transparent paint, definitely. Yeah, patience of a saint. You said it, not me. Yeah, it does take patience. Even though I'm not, I don't want to make it too much. I just want to make sort of the transition between here. There's some sort of a light bug right here. So I want the light bug to shine on the dress. Otherwise, it's just so I need to create sort of an aura of like tiny dots. It's just, I could go much faster, but I have to build this coherently so that it looks like it's shining from this. Merci Ryan Relaxation. Oh, thank you, Javier. You're one of the best teachers I've ever seen and listened to. I'm honored. Seriously. Thank you. But see what this is thinking about patience of a saint and all these who were talking earlier about the details that make all the difference. Sometimes with color, it's not the color that makes the difference, it's the light. If you need to focus on something and just dedicate a huge amount of time to something, it's not color, it's not getting the right color and mixing like hysterically the right perfect fit for your colors. It doesn't matter. What matters is like how do you bring it so that it looks like light is emanating from the source and that it's translated into the language of color. Basically, light is the idea, it's like the concept in your brain, and color is the language. So you need both of them, but it's just like learning how to speak a foreign language, but you don't have anything to say, you have no idea. You have nothing to say with this new language. So you can learn the language, but if you don't have if you don't have anything interesting to say, what's the point? And that's kind of how I see color and light. So light is the concept, light is the idea, and color is how it's translated into the world, how it's communicated, because people can see color. Light always goes with color. Without light, there is no color. So and without thinking, well, I know, it's like philosophically speaking, thinking and speaking are intimately related, and it's exactly the same with color and light. They are just the two facets of the two sides of the same coin, or I don't know how you can say. They go together, and sometimes we have a tendency to forget that. But one doesn't go without the other, and the problem is that we have gotten used to thinking about one without necessarily thinking about the other. Or maybe if you're thinking that you have some problems painting colors, maybe the problem is not color, maybe the problem is light. Hi KB, just bought a brush holder last week. Awesome. Actually, I just made one myself at home this morning. Brush holder for both my brushes and my paints. Okay. Very intuitive to add the light where you did. Yeah, intuitive is the word. Voilà, l'arc-en-ciel et la couleur, exactement. Hello, RR. I'm very late. Rats. What does rats mean? Is that RR? Is there a... Welcome, welcome. There's no arriving late here. You're always welcome. And always have the option to rewind if you want, or just watch later. I don't expect everybody to have like a schedule that can fit. I'm sure that a lot of people watch, well, I know that a lot of people watch, but they can almost never be live. Just because their schedule is never compatible. That's just how it is. Yeah, exactly. If you miss me live, you can watch the rerun. Okay, so now should I be messing with the skin tones? Because I'm Not satisfied yet, but I don't know. It can be a more boring part, so I don't know if I want to do that live or if I do it after. Actually, yeah. I want to show you something. So I've got my little firefly here. Some of this light is, like, considering this shape here, some of this light should be in there. But there's a slight shadow here. I'm gonna paint this shadow blue, like the blue of my background. Well, at least I'm gonna make it a cool color, because this light doesn't hit. The light making all the colors yellow, it's actually coming from here. But this here, this area here, this slight bend of shadow, it's actually not receiving any light from this source. So, make it blue. Why blue? To bring contrast. Because it's fun. This is my shadow here. And next, once I'm here, there can be some orange light leaking from there. So I'm gonna glaze with this orange. Same as I was doing before. Spread lightly. Fade out. Fade out more. And bring it to life. Till you have the perfect glow. Doing my first big show in oils, your lesson transformed my work. I'm normally a hyper-realistic pen and ink artist, now I don't think I'll do much paint and ink. Falling in love with oil painting. Well, thank you, Javi, and good luck with your show. All the best. Then, because it gets tricky, is I have a shadow here. Well, do you think this shadow is going to stop? No. So I need to continue. This shadow, I'm going to pull it towards the blue side. Why that? To bring more contrast. I'm going to grab some of this blue. I'm going to continue this bedbug line that's right there. and I'm gonna soften it because I want to make something that looks smooth. So I'm gonna pull the main color in, fade out, spread, remove some, bring some more skin tones and accentuate the blue. Now bring the highlight and turn this form and soften it until it looks good. Well, at least it's the plan. Okay. Bring it to life. Soften it. Bring me to life. Yeah, you heard it. Randomly start singing some Evanescence. It's what I do sometimes. If you want to be a good painter, you need to start randomly singing some Evanescence. Otherwise, no, I have no hopes for you. Kidding. The real ones. I know, the true, the OG. I know you song. Break me out. Bring me out. Bring me out. I know you sing. Break me out. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's just it's very late here, okay? Come on. Give me a break. Florent, your firefly are really photons of light, quantum, minute energy packet of electromagnetic radiation. How did you know? It's exactly that. Okay, so bring this Terminator to life again. So again. Yeah, I have to sing it again. Bring me to life. No, but seriously. like your paint is asking you to bring it to life, because when it's too dull, you have to bring it to life. Break me up. Break me up inside. I wish it wasn't copyrighted. I would love to listen now. They were awesome. I still think they are. They still produce songs. It's just they had like their big moment. But I'm pretty sure that they are still active. Maybe I have to check it out. But I love and appreciate your art lesson, but I also watch to learn how you do your vids and live streams as well. I enjoy your honest presentation of how far the mind slips while painting. You don't even know how far. You couldn't even fathom the idea of how far the mind can slip while painting. It's exactly the fun of painting. I mean, why most people find it so freeing and liberating. I think it might be similar to, you know, in a way, just random thoughts here. Well, you started it, but random thoughts. Isn't the act of painting like kind of similar to video game addiction, or you know, like you or not necessarily video game addiction, but like not necessarily video game addiction, but video game in general. Like you get into another universe, you get to be in a different world, you get to focus very intensely on something for an extended amount of time. I mean, a lot of what I do is similar to like what a gamer would do. I'm sorry, I didn't get the right idea by saying video game addiction. It's not. I don't want to compare it to the addiction, because it gets in a different territory. Just like the fun of the video game is how the mind slips to a different dimension, like forgets about, you know, the problems of the day and just enjoys like a moment of fun. But yet it's fun, but it's still a very high level of focus, because the game is moving fast and you have to be very careful, you have to follow every steps of, you know, the level and all. And it's kind of the same with painting, even it's less technologic, but I don't know, what do you think? You become immersed and everything else blurs away. Yeah, that's what I love. And you get to be in this tiny universe that you're created. What I don't get is how you can paint and talk at the same time. When I paint, I'm so lost in it. Well, I'm mostly like talking to myself, to be honest. It's like you guys are like different personalities in my head, and I'm just conversing. It's like I'm just probably not far from insanity, to be honest. No, I'm just kidding, but yeah, no, I know. It used to be hard. And to be frank, I can't do that for all the parts of the painting. As you noticed here, I'm doing something that's kind of tedious and repetitive, but that's not very demanding. So I can like it's like easy peasy for me. There's no trickery. There's nothing really special about that. But there are some specific phases of a painting that you'll almost certainly never see live, because I just can't stream them and talk about them. Like last time, if you watched the Loomis episode, it was very difficult actually to just do the drawings and talk at the same time. Drawing is different. Like I had to focus on the drawing, the anatomy and all, and I was not used to. But right here, you know, I'm not doing anything like really new or necessarily challenging. It's just filling or continuing with stuff that I've already started. I think it's fair to call painting an addiction for some of us. It's definitely for me. I mean, or I don't know about an addiction, but it's like an essential in my life. I can't go like a week without painting or without at least thinking about painting. I need my fix, kind of. Oh, also another thing that just came to my mind about the talking and painting at the same time. I also have to say that I paint much slower when I'm I paint much slower when I'm live. That's one thing, and yeah. But I'm okay. I just, what I like to do is I keep the things that I can take my time with, especially for the live. When I have an area that I know it's kind of chill, I'm gonna save it for the session. If it's coming up, I'm gonna say, okay, this part is good for a stream because it will not take too much focus and I can go very slowly. It will not be very it will not be too much of a problem to go slow for this part, because I do paint much slower. It's not slower. It's not like I'm doing the gesture slower. It's more I'm not progressing as much. Like not as much of the painting is completed in this session. I'm not trying new stuff. I'm doing things that don't need special care that much. Whoa, Jacques, thank you so much for the generous $50. We learned so much from watching you paint. Thank you, Jacques, for the generosity. It's amazing. Thank you. Wow. We can all say GG to Jacques, everyone in chat. Big GGs for our main man, Jack. What would happen if you didn't paint? I would just get very depressed. And, you know, my wife knows, and so she knows that when I'm, like, let's say we have like a long trip, like she knows, like, I know myself, she knows me very well, so I pack up some stuff. I take a easel, or what I do is when I can't work on my painting, I'm always taking my computer and working on, you know, video projects, working on writing texts for a future video, something like that. That's usually what I do. It kind of compensates. Otherwise, yeah, if I'm not like capable of, like, let's say if I'm put in jail, I'm gonna have a very bad time, or I'm gonna ask to if they have an art room. If I'm deprived of painting for an extended amount of time, I don't know, I'm gonna probably become very depressed. So if I ever go to jail for some reason, if I go to prison, I'm gonna ask if they have an art room and just go paint there, because I can't just. Why am I even talking about that? I don't know. It was just about talking about what would happen if you couldn't paint. Why couldn't I paint? Why couldn't I paint? Right? En ce moment, vous avez donc 50 voix différentes. Exactement. You don't bring sketchbooks? Yeah, obviously, sure. But a sketchbook is not a painting, and I don't have as much fun with just drawing. Yeah, I can plan for a couple of paintings and two, but just the sketchbook is not gonna give me my fix. I prefer to work on my computer. About painting, I don't know. I'm weird. But yeah, just the sketchbook, just drawing is not going to give me my amount of art. But that's a start. And I always obviously have my sketchbook. Obviously. It's just not enough to satisfy me. Please don't go to jail. I don't know. Can they stream? I don't want to commit anything illegal though. I'm very square. I hate to be in the wrong. I hate to like have a ticket. I do everything to avoid it. I'm super square, so I don't know, but anything can happen, like an accident or some sort. Who knows, right? But I don't think you can stream from there. So, did you get what I was talking about with the blue shadow? It doesn't look blue at all, actually, anymore. It's normal. It's like technically blue, but it has become part of the volume, part of the thing, you know? See how you can play with colors? There's a language here. I would go on hunger strike to be allowed to paint. I don't know, I think I would be one of the guys who behave the best, and they would just allow me to have the recreational room for paintings. I don't think they mind that if you're behaving well, so. The only problem is I'm pretty sure they will just give me shit supply. Like, you know, the crappiest paint. But you know, actually, I don't know why we're talking about prison. I do know what, but I don't know why I'm keeping mentioning this. They are capable of tattooing themselves with random stuff, and they make some extraordinary things in prison given what they have at their disposal. So art is still like they still have some artistically inclined people in there, and they make some crazy stuff, considering that they aren't even allowed to have a needle. They are capable of tattooing themselves and create some of these insane prison tattoos. Crazy. And still some very impressive stuff. Some of these guys wasted potential. Could have been amazing artists. J'ai casté sur ma vieille TV HD grand écran. Sur l'écran, le bleu sort noir. Well, it's almost black. Actually, it's like, I'm gonna try. Can I really go this far? It's the kind of thing that you have to see in person, I guess. But I don't know. Can you see how it's slightly blue? Not entirely blue. Well, anyhow, it's like, doesn't make such a big difference. Hi, it can be, what astrological sign are you, Virgo? I'm, how do you call that? Like the male sheep? How do you call Aries? Aries is what I am. Wow, so interesting. When I am in the US, I often paint with a Vietnamese painter who was imprisoned by the communists in Cambodia. He got art supplies by drawing portraits of the guards and doctors. Wow, so impressive. Incredible. Aries, yeah, Aries is what it's called. Someone said earlier, it's interesting to watch another in the studio just being themselves. Yeah. And it's good for me on the other side to have people like me who just want to talk. It's a refreshing experience. Like so often you're just alone doing your stuff. It gets lonely. And it's cool to have you guys. Thank you, GlinkB. I don't know how to pronounce your username. It's seriously weird to pronounce. I hope I didn't misspell, but I'm gonna have a very hard time saying it right for sure. Wish more of the internet was just about that kind of transparency, humans being humans with other humans. Oh yeah. Well, it was supposed to be that. And then someone figured, hey, wait, I can manipulate people and actually do evil stuff with this. Wait a minute. And that's how it started. Artist Kevin, is your streaming setup tech specs shared anywhere, cameras, etc.? No, actually it's not. I should put this up somewhere. It can be Aries with abundant energy, okay, questionable, and able to start projects effortlessly. How about finishing them? Does it say anything about Aries being capable of finishing projects effortlessly? Because if it says that, it's a lie. I just mashed the keyboards when making it. Oh, sorry, I thought this was some kind of name from a country, I don't know. I never can be so too cautious here. Wow, Jasmine, c'est fou, c'est quoi cette histoire? En mode survie, comme Van Gogh? En tout cas, bah, j'espère que ta situation va mieux. T'as pas besoin de les échanger tout le temps, les tableaux. Okay, so It Can Be is going to do everybody's reading signs. Just tell your sign and It Can Be is going to predict your artistic future with guaranteed 100% accuracy. Ah, c'est fou, Jasmine. Bah, je suis content que ça aille mieux. C'est fou. Bah écoute, c'est inspirant en tout cas, de réussir à se tirer d'une situation comme ça. Bravo. I don't say sorry to me, Manic Angel. I'm not the one that has to do the readings of everyone's sign. Now It Can Be is going to have to follow through and tell us all what future awaits us. Okay, we are close to 100 likes on this live stream, my friends. We're getting there. Obviously, you do finish your projects very beautifully. Well, I beg to differ, because I do have a lot of unfinished paintings in my back room, so I don't know. C'est bien, Jasmine. Non, ça va se faire, t'inquiète pas. Ça prend du temps, c'est ça le truc. Faut avoir quelque chose entre temps et pas compter que sur ça. Faut pas se lancer en mode YOLO. Faut y aller progressivement. That's actually interesting. I'm a Scorpio as well. Scorpios are passionate and on the dark side. Francis Bacon, Picasso, Vermeer, Lichtenstein, Monet, all Scorpios. Bacon was a Scorpio, now it all makes sense. That's interesting. Come on, continue the readings. Who else? What are all your guys' signs? So I'm an Aries, we've done Scorpios. What else? What else? Come on. Keep it coming, can we? Keep it coming. I imagine it can be with, you know, a magic ball, like in another dimension, like going, ooh, I see it. Or just Googling, which is probably what's actually going on. So, okay, we have a Sagittarius, Leo, Virgo. Ouais, faut pas compter que sur des commissions, Jasmine, ça c'est sûr. Enfin, c'est un bon complément. En fait, la commission, c'est un complément, quoi. Faut le voir comme ça. Warhol was a Leo. Cancer, Libra. Alright, we have all the signs basically. Alright, so so I don't know if It Can Be is going to be ready for the amount of astrology required. How do you personally sell your work? Do you primarily sell through galleries or do you sell on your own? Both, depending. So you have to agree with your gallery. Like commissions and specific work I can make myself. I also have some work that goes to the gallery. Something that needs to be agreed upon. For example, this one will go to the gallery because I want to show it. But someone can commission me with a special project that has nothing that the gallery wouldn't be interested in. So I don't like give them a cut for something that they are not selling. So It's fine. It can be. It's just a joke. Don't think that you have to do everybody's sign. I'm just kidding. It can be. Come on. I'm just kidding. You don't have to just read everybody's sign or try to find something and do the research or anything. Just don't worry about it. I was just messing with you. Libra is the sign of beauty and art. Libra creates balanced and harmonious works. Oh, interesting. How did you start painting with oils? Did you play with watercolor at some point or other mediums? I did use watercolor as a student. When I was studying philosophy, I had like a small pack of watercolor that actually I never bought it. My mother had it and she didn't need it, so I just took it. I still have the same one. Never bought new watercolors ever in my life, but I have used some watercolor here and there, and then I mostly switched to drawing with charcoal and then directly painting with oil. It's crazy to think that it's been, what, 2 hours, and I've been painting tiny dots on a canvas. And you've been watching me paint tiny dots. Isn't that crazy? But we have fun here. I don't know, I have fun. I like being with you. So pleasant. You get to know things about your astrology sign. You get to mess up with people, say jokes, sing randomly some 2000s hits. I think it's fun. Thank you for allowing us to watch. Come on, there's not much to watch, but yeah. I'm glad you like it, at least. Yeah, there's not just tiny dots. It's like kind of, I don't know, but I have to do them. They're not gonna paint themselves. Some would say I'm kind of excessive in the texture, but I want it to look good. When you discover oil painting generally, it's so fascinating that you always want to come back to it and go on. Exactly. It's so deep that like you can do that for your entire life. Marilyn Monroe was a Gemini. Perhaps glitter and bright colors would appeal to a Gemini. Probably. You're welcome, Courtney. I just ordered your color charts. Thank you so much for everything that you do. My pleasure. I'm glad that my work is useful. Christina, I think my favorite aspect of oil painting is how smooth it can get. The thickness and quick drying nature of acrylic is so hard for me to get into. I love using watercolor the most. Well, I agree with the first half, and yeah, I never fell in love with watercolor, but I do find also, like you, I do find acrylic difficult. And yeah, sometimes I have like complete beginners that they say, yeah, I don't want to try oil because it's too difficult and all. I always say to them, well, you know, I find that acrylic is too difficult. I don't use it. It's just too like it's too much of a pain for me, given the type of art that I want to do. It's too much trouble. Okay, now I like this here. So I want to emphasize it. Two options when you do that. Either you're going to mess it up and make it worse than it was, or just going to take one thing that was good and make it even better. So yeah, I want to make it just slightly lighter and just more, just softer and more. Using almost no paint at all. Just very, very soft. Just caressing it. Just feathering the surface, barely touching, just to get something. I like this round shape. Thank you, Manic Angel. I don't see excessive texture, I see shadows and tone, and I care for your work. It's cool. Yeah, thank you. That's exactly what... I don't know, it's never excessive texture, it's always like what attracts me, so I don't consider that discipline. When you're in the distance, more in the distance, it makes more sense. He hates this. Man, I still have so much to do with all this orange glow. So much more. I have barely touched the surface of all the... So I've done this one here, but like the glow around the dress and all, but still have some work around here. No, I'm not gonna finish today, so I'm fine. Florent, tu prépares une expo pour 2024. Oui, je vais avoir une expo normalement en mars. Où ça? Oui, à Paris, à la galerie de l'Europe. C'est rue de Seine. Et je vais aussi participer à une exposition collective. Je me rappelle plus exactement des dates. Enfin, je ferai un... C'est à Paris aussi. Bon, il y aura que 2 tableaux, hein. C'est une exposition collective. Bon, après, je pense que j'y serai. Je remettrai les infos en temps voulu. Any left-handed artists here? I'm curious. Actually, we can statistically solve this question. What are you? Hold on. Don't respond. It's going to be a more handy way to solve this. This is a poll. Oh, I can't vote in my own poll. Oh, so far we have 71% right-handed. I don't know what the statistics are globally. I think it's something like that. I think that, I don't know. I'm pretty sure there was a SciShow episode on how come there are more right-handed people than left-handed. I never watched this, so I don't know. %83%. Wow. Let me Google that actually. I'm so curious. Okay, so in Western countries, 85 to 90% of people are right-handed, and 10 to 15. I thought this was more. Wow. The countries with the most left-handed people: the Netherlands, the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, France, and China has only 3.5%. I don't know. I don't know if these stats are even correct. Approximately 10% of people are left-handed. Ambidextry refers to having equal ability in both hands. I don't know how they count this though. Pretty strange. Pretty strange. 87%. That's so weird or strange about. I have to play sports left-handed as does my son, but everything else is right-handed. Oh, maybe because you were forced to learn how to write with your right hand at school probably, so you got used to it. But like actually you're a left-handed person. Something like that. So strange. I couldn't do, I'm not gonna say that word, but I couldn't do with my left hand. It's like, it would be like painting with a broomstick. More artists and athletes are left-handed, yeah. With regards to the actual population, yeah. For example, yeah, Leo Messi is left-handed, left-footed. But I mean, when you are left-handed, you are left-footed. Da Vinci was left-handed. So you have all the greatest usually. Many painters have a cat. Well, I do have a cat. Ah. So, okay, let's close the poll. We have 81% of right-handed here in this chat. Oh my god. I'm so sorry for this accident. It's crazy that you managed to overcome this and paint with your left hands. And it's so inspiring. Unbelievable what the human body is capable of. Mala, I have 4 cats, 2 are rescue sisters that are now 18 years old. It's insane. That's great that you rescue cats. Oh, I'm getting tired. Guys, I think it's about time. I think I run out of energy. 2 hours and 30 minutes almost, so yeah, probably time for me to go. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you, Jacques, again for the 50. Thank you everyone for the likes, the amazing conversation. It was a lot of fun. I hope you had fun. I had fun, definitely. I hope that you'll be there next time, and yeah, can't wait to be there. See you all, and take care. Bye.